Hi. Let me know if you are tuning in live and if you can hear me okay and if you can see me before we get started. And quick question, who is in Canada and who celebrated Canada Day yesterday? I definitely had yesterday off. We took our toddler swimming. It was so much fun. So let me know if you celebrated Canada Day yesterday, just like me. Okay, so I see some people coming in. Just let me know if you can hear me. Welcome. I am so excited for today. This is going to be a really, really good one. This is part 4 of the live series that we have been running. So last week, I started videos that make sales. It's a 4-part free live series for you guys. There is a free workbook that's also accompanying this live series. So you can check that out in the description box below if you have not downloaded your free workbook yet. So go ahead and grab that. Let me pull up the slides. Let's see here. Welcome. Hi from Texas. Amazing. Okay. So now I think comments are coming in slowly now. There's like a delay on my end. So I always have to wait like a little bit. Okay. So I will get to any questions at the very end. So if you have any questions throughout this training, please drop them in the chat. And if you are watching the replay, drop them in the comments. I will absolutely answer every single one of your questions. Okay. So we are in part 4 of 4. This is from views to customers. 3 simple steps to turn your YouTube videos into consistent sales. All right, so let's get into it. Now, throughout this live series, we have done parts 1, 2, and 3 already. Now, if you missed the live trainings from last week and then on Tuesday, you can check that out below. So I've linked all of the videos for this live series in the description box. You'll see parts 1 to 4. You're watching part 4 right now, but they're all linked for you down below if you need to go back and get a refresher, or if you need to watch it if you haven't yet. So that's all linked for you. Regardless, if you have not watched all the first 3 parts, we're jumping right into part 4. You can absolutely start from here. Everything is going to make sense because I will be doing kind of like a refresher as we go through this training. So I am so excited. We are in part 4 now, convert. So how do we get people that are watching your videos to convert into customers? Now, just as a reminder, your free workbook is below. It's a Google Doc. So it's going to prompt you to make a copy. Make a copy of the Google Doc and save it into your Google Drive so that you can answer all of these questions. And again, you can watch parts 1 to 3 down below. There are no exercises for this one today. So you can just sit back, relax, grab yourself a tea, coffee, whatever it may be, and take in the information, write down notes. We're going to go through quite a bit here. So just for showing up live today, I have a bonus gift for you. So I am gifting you my Notion content calendar. This is my workflow, how I plan my videos every single month. So I'm giving this to you for free. A lot of people have been asking me for this. So just stay with me till the very end, and I'm going to link the actual template and a video tutorial on how to use my template. This is literally what I use every single month. So you're going to get access to that. All right. So let's get started. First things first, let me know if this resonates with you, because if this is you, then I see you 100%. Right now, you are trying to grow your business in between everything else, your family, your endless task list, your job, you name it, right? You're pouring hours into content that's not driving the results you want. So whether you already have a channel and you've been posting YouTube videos, or you're on social media and it's just not giving you the results that you want, right? You're ready for a system that finally works. And you know, YouTube can be the vehicle that gets you there, but you're not sure how. Okay. So if that resonates with you, let me know. I see yes. Okay. Amazing. Now, tell me if this sounds like you. So there's a few options here. I want to know where you guys are at. So you're here because 1, you're a coach or course creator that already has an offer that sells, and you know YouTube has potential to generate consistent leads and sales for your business, but you have no idea how to get started and how this all works. Or 2, you're an entrepreneur that's currently building an offer. So you don't have an offer yet, but you're currently working on it. And you're ready to start a YouTube channel to grow a loyal audience that's ready to buy from you when you launch. So you want to have an audience that you're building right now so that you actually have people to sell to when your offer is ready. Or 3, You're here because you're a business owner that already has a YouTube channel. So you already have one, but it's not getting traction and bringing in the results that you deserve, that you want and you deserve. Okay. So I'm going to put, actually, first, let me know, which one are you? Are you the coach or course creator with an offer that already sells? Are you the entrepreneur that's currently building an offer? Or are you the business owner that already has a YouTube channel and it's not working for you yet? And secret answer number 4 is, are you working right now? Do you have a part-time job, full-time job, and you are trying to manage this at the same time? All right. So let me know whether you are watching live right now. Let me know in the chat if you are 1, 2, or 3, or secret answer number 4. You're also working a job and you want to build this YouTube channel to eventually leave your job so that you can do this full time. So let me know. And if you're watching the replay, let me know in the comments below as well. So I just want to share with you guys like what YouTube did for me. So in case you don't know my story, just really quickly, I started my YouTube channel in 2020. I was working full-time as an engineer and my goal was to eventually leave my job. Like that's what I wanted. I wanted to have my own business that I could run from anywhere. And this is what YouTube has done for me. I get to spend more time with my son, my family, my husband and I get to travel the world without me having to request time off from a boss. I could literally pick up my laptop and work from anywhere. And that's exactly what I do. I work sometimes in a coffee shop. You can see that third photo there. I'm literally working at Starbucks. Sometimes I'll go to the bookstore, and that's where I love to work, at the bookstore. I don't know why. But I can pick up my laptop and work from anywhere. And that just, it's obviously so different than having to be at a cubicle job for a certain amount of time. And, you clock in, you clock out. I do not take this, like time, like this location freedom for granted. So I'm very, very grateful for that. And this has been my own journey. So I've been on YouTube now for it's coming up to 6 years soon. This October will be 6 years. But I've been on YouTube for just over 5 years, and I've generated, I've grown to 350,000 subscribers on my main channel. And that channel now has almost 15 million views. And I've generated over $650,000 in revenue, and majority of that was made while working full time. So this revenue is when I was working full time. This is basically how much I generated on the side. So YouTube can absolutely do this for you, even if you are working full time. So this is just a screenshot. Actually, this screenshot is just a little bit old, but this is when I had 343,000 subscribers and just almost 15 million views. But this is a screenshot of what my analytics looks like on my main channel. And you can see so then there's a number there that says estimated revenue, 188,000. That is just from YouTube AdSense. So this is actually another reason. This is a bonus income stream. If you post on YouTube and you get monetized, you basically get a paycheck from YouTube just for posting content, right? So I just thought that would be like kind of like a fun like income stream that you can also build if you commit to your YouTube channel. So another reason, let me just take myself off here. This is why YouTube is so good for businesses. When you start posting consistently for a very specific audience, people are going to find your YouTube videos and they're going to be asking you where they can buy your products, how they can work with you. So you can see these are comments on my channel. Do you have any courses? Can you be my mentor? Do you have a coaching course, etc.? So instead of you having to post, let's say on Instagram or like social media and cold DMing people, having cold calls and things like that, people are coming to you, right? Rather than you having to chase them, which is a huge bonus. Okay. So the problem isn't how much you're showing up. I am sure that you are doing a lot of work right now. You're already showing up on probably multiple platforms right now, but that's not the problem. Your effort is not the problem. It's that your content isn't built as a system that leads people to your offer. When you understand how to structure your YouTube videos to attract, connect, and convert the right people, you stop chasing customers like we just talked about and start attracting them instead. So this is what I'm going to show you inside today's training: how to attract, connect, and convert the right people into your offer. Okay. So let's get started. Who's ready? Okay. So we're on step 1, which is attracting your ideal viewer. That is step one. Okay. Now, some of this is going to be a bit of a recap. If you have already gone through parts 1 to 3, there's going to be some recap here. But if you have not gone through any of these, then you are in the right place. Or if you haven't watched all 3 of the trainings before this, you're good to go. I got you. So the first thing we need to understand is that there are 3 main traffic sources when it comes to YouTube. People are going to find you in different ways on YouTube. Of course, there's many other ways, like you can drive external traffic to your YouTube videos. But when it comes to you just publishing a video on YouTube, there are 3 ways that someone can find you. There's YouTube search, there's suggested videos, and there's browse features. So I'm going to explain every single one of these. So YouTube search is pretty self-explanatory, right? It's basically someone finding you through search traffic. So if someone types into the search bar a specific keyword, they type enter, and then your video pops up and they click on your video, that is categorized as search traffic, right? So an example screenshot here is, you probably can't read the text that I'm pointing to at the very top, but I wrote down how to sell digital products online. If someone typed that in and they pressed enter, my video would pop up. And if they clicked on it and they watched it, that is search traffic. Okay. So that's how someone can find you, through search. Suggested is when your video shows up on the side as someone is watching another creator's video. So the main one here, obviously, this is not my video, this is another creator. But if you are watching this, my videos can show up on the side because it's relevant to the one you're watching. So if someone clicks on my video on the side, that is considered suggested traffic. Okay, so that's suggested when you show up on the side of another video. And then browse traffic. So that is, it's on the subscription feed and then also on the homepage. So this is typically how videos can quote unquote go viral. If your videos are performing really well in search traffic and suggested, YouTube will recommend it on people's homepage. And then if people start clicking on it more and more and more, it continues to get pushed to more and more homepages of other people, other viewers. So that is browse traffic. If your video shows up on the homepage of someone and they click on it, that's browse traffic. Okay. So let me know if you have any questions on any one of these traffic sources. Let me know in the chat or in the comments section, and I will get to it at the end. So how do we ensure that we attract the right viewer? It starts with choosing the right topics. So if you were if you watched part 1 already, then you know that this all starts with knowing your target audience first and foremost. You need to know your target audience. Number 1, what are their biggest frustrations and pain points? What are their goals and deepest desires? What motivates and inspires them? And what questions are they constantly asking in regards to what you teach? Now, if you are tuning in right now, make sure you grab your free workbook below, because these questions, you get to answer them inside your workbook in part 1. At least you get to describe who your target audience is. So this is what we talked about in terms of knowing who your audience is and what they're searching for on YouTube and what type of content they're consuming. Okay. So you need to understand what they're already watching on YouTube. So let me give you an example. Now, I teased a keyword like research tool that I use for some of my research when I find like YouTube videos. And so I use keywords everywhere. So an example here is when if I'm doing research on my other channel where I teach how to sell digital products, one video idea is selling Canva templates, right? I talk about like selling Canva digital products on my main channel. So I know that my audience is interested in selling low ticket digital products like templates, like Canva digital products. So I can start typing in something that I know my audience would be interested in the YouTube search bar. So for example, if I type in Canva, so that's the top example there, YouTube will give this drop-down menu. It auto-populates keyword phrases that my audience is searching right now. And the cool thing is about keywords everywhere is that it will show you the monthly search volume. So in case you can't see the first number there, it's 2,900. So Canva tutorial for beginners has 2,900 monthly searches, which is really good. So that's a keyword phrase I could potentially target, right? Because that's telling me my audience is interested in this topic. This is what their desire is to learn Canva. And the other example is Canva templates for Etsy. The second example there, when I type in Canva templates, YouTube auto-populates. Canva templates for Etsy, 480 monthly searches. Those are great topics for me to consider. Now, of course, I'm coming up with these ideas of what to type because I know what my audience is interested in and what they're struggling with, what they need help with. So I would start researching them in the search bar. Here are example videos on my main channel where I created specifically from this type of research. I did research to figure out what my audience is interested in and what they're actually searching for. So the first example is how to sell Canva templates online. That is the keyword research. That's the keyword phrase that I'm targeting there. How to sell Canva templates online. The second one, how to start an Etsy shop. That's a keyword phrase that I know my audience has been searching. They're interested in that. I know what my audience wants. So that's why I targeted that keyword phrase for that video. And then the third one, how to use Pinterest for Etsy. Another keyword phrase that my audience is searching. Okay. So now this is the back end. I just want to show you guys because I talked about the 3 main traffic sources, right? There's YouTube search, browse, and suggested. Now, it might be a little bit hard to see from the screenshot here, but basically I've just taken, so that third video there, Etsy sales with Pinterest, how to use Pinterest for Etsy. I'm just showing you the analytics. So this is the back end now. It's showing you, your analytics will show you how viewers are finding your video, which is really cool. And the top one there, the top traffic source for me for this video is YouTube search. And that's because I optimized this video based on what my audience is searching for on YouTube. And that's why it's performed really well. And then just below YouTube search, you can see browse features and suggested videos. Okay. So again, I'm going to pause here just for a second because I know that's a lot to take in terms of like traffic sources and how to optimize. If you have any questions on that, please let me know in the chat or in the comment section if you're watching the replay. So the second thing is you need to optimize the packaging. So what is the packaging? Okay, so we are in step 1 still, attracting the right audience, right? So number 1 is choosing the right topics. Number 2 now is optimizing the packaging. So what is your packaging? Your packaging is your topic, your title, and your thumbnail. Okay. So basically, it's the cover of the book, right? Like we were always told, don't judge a book by its cover, but that's exactly what people are doing every single time they go onto YouTube. They go on YouTube and they are judging our videos based on the thumbnail and the title, right? So it is so, so important that we get our packaging right and that it is speaking to our ideal viewer enough that they click and watch. So what you need to keep in mind is that when you have to think about the landscape of other videos in your niche, because you have to consider what your thumbnail and your title is going to look like alongside everyone else's. Okay. So this is what's basically what I'm showcasing here. So the first screenshot here is that's what my video looks like beside everyone else's. So thinking about the landscape in advance will help you determine how you can kind of pop, how you can stand out, right? So you have to think about that ahead of time. Even in suggested traffic, you have to think about how are you going to capture someone's attention and make sure that they click on yours over someone else's, right? That's how important packaging is. Now, let me just take myself off so you can see this. Now, in part 2 of this whole series, I talked about titles, like how to craft your title. And you will see that inside your workbook that you need to brainstorm title ideas for your video. But what we did not talk about was your thumbnail. And your thumbnail is just as important, if not more important than the actual title, because you basically want your thumbnail to communicate exactly what your video is about in a second, because people are scrolling through videos very quickly, trying to determine which one they want to watch, right? So I just want to share like a couple of best practices in terms of like figuring out like a combination for your title and your thumbnail, okay? So here's an example of one of my videos on my main channel, right? So the one that I've been sharing inside, like this one here. So on the left side, you'll see the "Don't waste your time" thumbnail. Now, there's a few things here. So first and foremost, you want to make sure that your thumbnail is not so cluttered. You don't want a bunch of text, a bunch of different elements that someone has to think really hard as to what your video is about, right? So if you can keep it to 3 elements at most inside your thumbnail, that's ideal. So what I mean by that is the 3 elements inside this thumbnail would be my text, the laptop, and me, right? So those are 3 elements. If you can keep your text to 1 to 4 words tops, try to do that. If you need any text at all, do not have like a whole paragraph on your thumbnail. That's why, like, don't waste your time. Very easy to read. You want to make sure that the text is bold, very easy to read, especially because a lot of people are watching your videos on their phone, right? So you want to make sure they can automatically identify like what your thumbnail says and what it's about. And you want to make sure that you're not repeating what you're saying in your title, like on your thumbnail. So for example, here, the title is How I Would Sell Digital Products If I Could Start Over. But the thumbnail says, don't waste your time, right? Like I'm not repeating anything. I'm actually just piquing their curiosity. I'm adding intrigue to the thumbnail as opposed to repeating. And then here is a tool that I absolutely love. It's called thumbsup.tv. You can search it right now. It's free. You can drag in, like once you've designed your thumbnail, you can drag in your thumbnail and put in the title you're thinking of. So you can see what it looks like in combination in light mode and in dark mode, because a lot of viewers, they watch in dark mode. So you want to make sure that these complement each other, whether it's in light mode or dark mode. So yeah, thumbsup.tv, free tool. I love it. I use it every time. Now, if your packaging is enticing enough, it will eventually lead to getting pushed by YouTube recommendations. So that's what's really cool. As a new YouTuber or small YouTuber, whatever it may be, you want to target search traffic because that is going to be the best way to attract your ideal viewers right away. It's really hard to get pushed onto the homepage as a new YouTuber. However, if your videos are getting clicked when people are searching, like, through search traffic, YouTube is going to take that as a signal that your packaging is good, your video is good. So let's push it out now to more people on their homepage and see how they respond. Okay. So if you have any questions on that, let me know. But basically, you want people to click as much as possible when they find you through search so that YouTube can now recommend it even more because it's perceiving your video as a good quality video. All right. So that was step 1, how to attract the right viewer. So let me know if you have any questions at all, guys, whether you are tuning in live or in the replay. Let me know in the chat or in the comments if you have any questions so far on step 1, because we are now moving on to step 2. And again, I will get to the questions at the very end. So step 2 is converting your viewers into leads. So now we've gotten people to click on your video through covering the right topic and your packaging, right? So now how do we get those viewers to convert into leads? How do we get them onto your email list? How do we get them to book discovery calls with you, etc., right? So here is what the YouTube lead system looks like. This is what the funnel looks like. Okay. So very, very basic. The top of the funnel is your YouTube video. That's free, right? Anyone can consume your YouTube videos, right? So that's the top of the funnel. People find your YouTube video, they watch your video, right? The next thing is you want to offer them a lead magnet. So we talked about this in part 3. Your lead magnet is a free guide that you offer to get people on your email list. Okay. So again, we talked about this a little bit in part 3, but I'm going to talk about it even more here. So you can see exactly what I do to grow my email list every single day. So from a YouTube video, you offer them a lead magnet to get on your email list. Right after that, they are sent a welcome sequence. So a welcome sequence, it could be anywhere between 3 to 5 emails, sometimes even more. So they're emails that gets automatically sent to a new email subscriber a day or 2 apart. So let's say you have 5 emails in this welcome sequence. Every day they get sent another email in that welcome sequence. And the purpose of that is to warm them up to your brand and eventually pitch your offer. And this is automatic. You're not manually sending these emails every single day. You use your email service provider to have these emails automatically sent to them. By the 4th or 5th email, that's when you pitch your offer. So that's the final step of this funnel. Okay. So it goes from YouTube video, lead magnet, welcome sequence, offer. So now let's break this down. How do we convert them into leads? So step one, we've already talked about this. So choose topics related to your lead magnet. And I'm going to show you an example here. Again, in part 3, we talked about choosing video topics that are 100% relevant to your lead magnet. Whatever you are offering for free, it needs to make sense. It can't just be a completely random free guide because no one's going to download it if it's not relevant, right? So we want to make sure that it's all tied together. You want to give a verbal call to action, a verbal CTA in your video at least 2 or 3 times, telling your audience what to do. You want to tell them, I have a free guide for you in the description box below. Make sure you grab it for this, this, and that. And again, I'm going to give you a clear example of this in a second. You want to add the call to action, the CTA, at the top of your video description. The very first link needs to be the most important link. That's the link that you want people to take action on. For example, if you're watching the live right now or the replay, if you check my description box, the very first link is that free workbook that I'm offering as part of this live series. It's a Google Doc. It's important for you guys, my audience, to fill out these exercises in order to actually see results, right? So that is why that's at the very, very top. That's my most important call to action to you guys. And bonus, create a lead magnet specifically for that video. Okay. So I'm going to show you an example of what I mean. Now, again, this is one that I talked about in part 3, but not to this level of detail. So let's just break this down. Like I mentioned, you want to give at least 2 to 3 verbal CTAs, call to action, right? So in this video, this is a screenshot of a video on my main channel where I'm saying, I've created a free guide for you called How to Create a Digital Product People Actually Buy. It's linked for you in the description. And what I like to do is also give a visual of that free guide. So that's what that image is there. It's an image of that document. I'm letting them know this is what it looks like. You can grab it from the description box below. So along with your verbal call to action, have a visual as well. Then you want to include a clear call to action in your description box. So that's what I was just saying about what you're watching right now. If you see the description box below, you will see that free workbook. But the example I'm pointing to here, it's very small. I'll just tell you what it is. But in this video, this is a video on my main channel. It's called, if you search it now on my main channel, you'll see it. So it's how to create and sell your first digital product in 7 days. Okay, it's a challenge video, right? I'm challenging my audience to create and sell their first digital product in 7 days. And the first link at the very, very top is a 7-day digital product launch plan template. That template is what you're seeing on the screenshot right now. It's a Google spreadsheet. And the cool thing is, this video, I'm specifically walking my audience through how to fill out this template. So within the first 20 seconds, I think I show a screenshot here. Actually, yeah. Okay. So let me say this first. So remember how I said the bonus is to create a lead magnet that is directly related to the video itself? That's what I did here. I made this video. I was like, I'm going to walk people through my spreadsheet. And I'm like, you know what? Why don't I offer this as a lead magnet? So that's what I did. I offered the spreadsheet as a lead magnet. And this video alone has gotten over 5,000 email signups, just this one video, because it was hyper relevant to the video that they were watching. On top of that, I included a very early call to action. So if you watched part 3, you know what I'm talking about. We talked about how to structure your video to get more leads. If you give a call to action immediately after your hook, it's going to get more signups. So you can't see what I've circled here, but I'm going to tell you with it, I'm just circling the timestamp. So within the first 20 seconds of that video, I mention, hey, if you want to follow along, you can download my spreadsheet template below. All right. Okay. So just to pause here really quickly, if you are tuning in a little bit later, just as a reminder, stick with me. You have a just for showing up live bonus. So I am gifting you guys the Notion workflow that I use every single month. This is how I plan my YouTube videos. So just stay with me till the end, and I'm going to link the Notion workflow. Everyone's been asking me about this, so I am gifting it to you for showing up live today. And I will also link my tutorial. So it's a tutorial on how I actually use it, so you can update it in real time. Okay, so now step 3, build consistency that lasts. Okay, so I know what it's like to build a YouTube channel and a business while working full time. And I know how difficult it is to stay consistent. And I've struggled with it for years. And I have tips for you now. Whether you work full time, you have a family, you already have a business, and you're trying to add YouTube on top, I have tips for you that will help you stay consistent. And actually, let me tell you, this workflow will help you stay consistent for sure because I teach you how to batch work. But as I mentioned, the first thing is you want to batch similar tasks. Okay. So batching, and we talked about this, I think, when was it? Part 1 or 2? I can't even remember now. But so batch working is focusing on one task at a time in one session. It minimizes context switching, helping you get more done in less time. And I want you to follow this method for all YouTube tasks. So what I mean by this is instead of using one day to research one video topic, then script it, then film it, then edit it, then publish it, you're just going to focus on one task a day. So one day could be dedicated to research. Another day would be dedicated to scripting. Another day, whoa, I don't know if you guys just saw that. I just see like balloons like flying in front of me. I don't know what these settings are, but anyways. So yeah, one day would be dedicated to filming, and then another day would be dedicated to editing. So you're focusing on one task at a time. And I promise you, it's going to save you a bunch of time. So this is what my workflow looks like with how long it takes me to do everything. Now, of course, this is going to look different for everyone depending on how much experience you have. When you're first getting started, some things will take longer, but it will get easier over time. So this is what my workflow looks like now. So I typically will brainstorm video topics for 1 hour. So I am a timer girl. I like to set timers. So I will set a timer for 30 minutes to 1 hour, and I will brainstorm a bunch of YouTube video topics that I want to cover for the following month. Okay. So for example, next week is my research. I'm going to have a dedicated day to just research, or a dedicated time block. And I'm going to be researching topics for August. Okay. So that takes me about 1 hour tops. Then I will outline or script 4 videos at once. Now, we talked back in part 3 on there's 2 ways to structure your video. You can either script it word for word, or you could just have a basic outline. I do word for word now. So that's why it takes me longer now to script my videos. And I like to do 4 at a time because I typically publish 4 videos a month. Like typically it's 1 video a week, right? So I'll script 4 videos at a time, and each video takes me on average an hour and a half to script. Okay. So that's why it's on average 6 hours to do all 4. Then I will film all 4 videos in one sitting, and that takes me about 2 hours, right? So, and that's pretty amazing, right? Only 2 hours in a day where I film all 4 videos, and that's going to be good to go for the following month. I basically just have 1 filming day a month, which is great. And this saves so much time, especially with like your gear, right? You have to set up your gear every single time. And rather than having to set it up every single week, you only have to set it up once a month. Okay. And then also, I've talked about this before, but like if you're like me, you need to do your makeup, you need to do your hair. I just don't want to do that very often. I just do that when I have to be on camera. So that's why it's like, it's much easier rather than me having to do my makeup and straighten my hair and everything like once a week. I just have to do that once a month. Obviously, I straighten my hair more than that, but for filming, I don't have to do that every single time. Then I organize and send my footage to my editor. So right now I have an editor, but I edited all my own videos in the first like 2 years of my channel. And we actually talked a little bit about editing in part 3, but if you don't have an editing software, if you have a Mac, you can just use iMovie. iMovie is so beginner friendly, and there's so many tutorials on YouTube that will help you with this. Or if you have a PC, use DaVinci Resolve. But before, it would take me a few hours to edit a video. I don't want to scare you. Editing can take some time. However, I did not have access to tools back then that you guys have now. So I don't know when these tools were available, but Descript and Gling AI, those 2 tools are very good for like cutting your editing time in half. So Gling does have a free version that you can test out, but that will help you. There's so many AI tools out there now that can help you edit your videos so much quicker. The other option is you can hire someone on Fiverr or Upwork for a decent price that will take everything off your plate. I actually highly recommend you delegate your tasks as soon as possible. Yeah, so for my workflow, it takes me about an hour to organize and send all the footage to my editor, and then uploading all 4 videos into YouTube Studio. So this includes like your title, your description, uploading the thumbnail, etc. And that actually brings me to another thing. You might be wondering, what about thumbnail design? Because that's not on here. That's not part of my workflow. I rarely design my own thumbnails now. I do have a thumbnail designer. I think I hired them last year, but again, I used to do my own thumbnails for the first few years of my channel. And you can absolutely use something like Canva templates, like Canva YouTube thumbnails to help you design your thumbnails. But if you are designing your own thumbnails, I would add an extra about 30 minutes per video because thumbnails are really, really important. However, I do recommend you eventually delegate thumbnails, and some people will do them for very, very low cost. Again, Fiverr, Upwork, you can even find great designers in Facebook groups as well. And then the other thing, this is one of my favorite tips actually. So I reuse B-roll, right? So B-roll is like supplemental footage that you put on top of your A-roll, right? So like if I'm filming a video and I'm talking about like 5 tips to stay consistent, B-roll would be me filming. Like you would see, like it would cut to footage of me filming, right? So I have a Dropbox folder where I upload all the B-roll that I record, and I only record B-roll every couple of months, and I drag it into this Dropbox folder, and my editor has access to it. So we just reuse B-roll. I have B-roll for typing, for filming, for editing, etc. So reuse it so you don't have to re-record it every single video. And then same with stock video library. Stock videos. Have a library for that so that you can always pull from there. You'd be surprised how difficult it is to find really good stock videos that you want to use for your own. A great place to get free stock footage is Pexels, Pexels. They have free stock videos. But if you find really good ones, then drag it into a folder that you can reuse. Okay, so now we've gone through the 3 steps of the YouTube sales engine. That's what I like to call it. We've gone through step 1, which is attracting the right viewer. You've learned now how to convert viewers into leads. And now you know how to build consistency that lasts. Okay. So here's where I see a lot of people getting stuck. They understand the steps, they feel excited, and then they try to piece it together themselves. They consume more free content online, overthink their topics, second guess their content, and end up either not posting or posting without seeing results. And a few months later, they're in the exact same place, right? So I just want to ask you, can you imagine what it would feel like to know exactly what video to create each week and trust that it's bringing in the right people? Or opening your emails or DMs and seeing messages from people who are already warmed up and ready to invest in your offer. Like, can you imagine how awesome that is? That's what I was getting. Like when after I started posting on YouTube, like you saw those comments, it was just so cool to see that happening without me having to chase people every day. And can you imagine creating evergreen videos that work for you in the background for years instead of constantly feeling like you have to keep up with your content every day? We've talked about how YouTube is a search engine, right? So the videos that you publish today will continue to work for you for months and years to come when you optimize them, as opposed to on social media where you feel like you have to post every single day just to stay relevant and to stay visible. I want to invite you to my membership, Vision to Views Academy. This is where I am going to walk you through step by step how to do this for your unique niche, your audience, and your offer. So these are the 5 modules inside Vision to Views Academy. So module 1, we're going to go through your profitable YouTube content strategy. I'm going to show you step by step how to position your channel based on your niche, your audience, and your offer. We're going to get clear on the topics you need to cover on your channel from day 1, whether you already have a channel or not. And we're going to talk about how to craft the best titles for every video and how to design your thumbnails so people actually click and watch your videos. Module 2, you're going to learn how to build your email list. This is the most important asset in your business. So whether you already have an email list or you've never started, I am going to show you step by step how to create a lead magnet that your audience truly wants and how to build your email list every single day with your YouTube videos. Then I'm going to show you how to film and launch your videos. So if you've never filmed before, I'm going to show you all the gear that I have. You're going to see behind the scenes how I actually script my videos, how I film my videos, and I'm going to show you how to edit step by step as well. And I have budget-friendly options depending on how much you want to spend on your gear. Spoiler alert, I have a very, very low cost option that I highly recommend everyone get started on because you really don't need to spend that much money on gear. Module 4, I'm going to show you how to build your profitable digital product. So this is for educational digital products, right? So we're talking ebooks, workshops, courses, coaching programs, memberships, etc. So I'm going to show you how to build this from scratch and how to pre-sell your offer and then sell it over and over again using YouTube. And then module 5, we're going to accelerate your growth. So I'm going to show you how to read your analytics inside your YouTube channel and figure out which videos are actually attracting the right people and making you sales. And the ones that are not, then we're just going to abandon those and completely adjust your strategy to make sure you are only targeting the videos that are bringing in the right people into your world. Okay, so if you're wondering what if I get stuck inside this membership, I have weekly Q&A calls with me and the community. So you'll be part of a private community of people walking alongside you on the same journey. So you get to ask your questions throughout the week if you need feedback on your work. And we also have weekly Q&A calls. So you can check in, ask me any questions so I can help you continue to move forward. And if you're wondering, can I promote my videos and offer on social media? I've actually built a whole bonus module for you if you are still interested in selling your digital products on Instagram. It's called Sell Your Offer on Instagram. That's the bonus module. I walk you through step by step how I use Instagram to sell my offer. So that is for you if you want to basically repurpose the work that you're already doing and also share it on social media. Okay, so in order to enroll, you can check out the description box below. It will be the second link in the description box, but you can also go to hellosandrad.com/Vision to Views Academy, and you will see the membership and the options that you can enroll. So when you do scroll down, you're going to see there is a monthly option and then there's an annual option. So the monthly option is, of course, the most flexible. So you would go monthly, and then annual is the best value. So if you do sign up annual, you'll get 2 months free. Okay. So that is the best value for you. Now, I will pause here for a second and say that this is the lowest rate that this membership is going to be going for. So I'm actually going to be increasing it on July 10th. So that is next Friday. So if you have been thinking about joining this membership, now is the time to get in. So if you are watching the replay after July 10th, the price has gone up because this membership has expanded and it's continuing now to expand. And there's a lot of value that I'm going to also be adding in because there have been members that have expressed to me on the more things that they want to add to their YouTube channel, things like sponsorships, affiliate marketing, and it's all going to be in there. So if you have been thinking about it, now is the time to join. So if you have any questions, please let me know in the chat or the comment section below. So I just want to share Margot. She mentioned to me, I was on a call with her the other day and she said, I run a multi-six-figure business now because of this program. So Margot went from working 4 jobs and running on 2 hours of sleep. Like, this is true. I couldn't believe what she said to me. And she did this for 2 years, 4 jobs and running on 2 hours of sleep to running a multi-six-figure business, booking 5 to 10 high ticket coaching clients a month on her own terms. She's a single mom. And she even told me she felt like she wasn't present for her daughter because she was so busy and so exhausted all the time. And this has completely changed her life. And now she runs her business on her own terms. And Danya mentioned to me that her membership, so she sells a membership through her YouTube channel, and her membership students replaced her full-time income. So Danya went from struggling to keep 50 students consistently inside her membership to 125, and it continues to go up every single month. And I was actually on a call with her a couple of weeks ago, and she mentioned she launched a new digital product that is making a ton of sales right now. And that's all from her YouTube channel. Kelly generates 150 to 200 leads every month from her channel and recently sold out her coaching program. Bethann got her first brand sponsorship with only 80 subscribers. Like, that is wild, guys. Can you imagine? Only 80 subscribers and a brand reached out to her wanting to collaborate with her. And Lydia has been invited to speak at quilting summits because of the organic traffic her channel generates every single day. Okay. So there are so many incredible opportunities when you optimize your channel the right way and you truly fully commit. So to help you make this decision, I want you to ask yourself this: will this decision get me closer to my goals? Does this increase my chance of success compared to doing it alone? And can I figure out how to make the investment work? If your answer is no to any of these, then don't enroll. This membership is not for you. But if it was yes, then I want to invite you to Vision to Views Academy because it is 100% made for you. So again, you can check out the link below, or you can go to hellosanity.com/Vision to Views Academy and select the plan that works best for you, whether that's monthly or annual. All right. So let me just see here. Now we have made it to the end. So I want to share with you, as promised, the Show Up Live bonus. So for everyone that is here live, thank you so much for being here with me. I am going to now copy in, one second here. So whoever's in the chat right now, just let me know that you can see this. So I have just shared, let me just make sure this is working. Okay, if someone can click on that link and let me know if that's working for you. So it should show you my Notion workflow, and you're going to duplicate. So hang on, let me just show you. Let me just send you also the walkthrough. So I'm going to send you 2 links, guys. Okay. Copy and paste. Okay. Amazing. It works. Okay. Amazing. Now if you can just let me know this link works as well. I'm sending you a second link. This is a video inside my Dropbox folder. You can go ahead and download that video if you would like. So it's a video walkthrough of exactly how to use it. So if you actually want to watch that walkthrough first before you do anything to the template, then go ahead and do that, because I show you how to duplicate it and save it inside your workspace. Okay. So let me know if that is working for you as well. Sorry, the comments are always delayed on my end. Sorry. I just want to make sure that this is working. But as I'm waiting for that, I'm just, because I saw a question pop up. So I'm going to answer this question. And again, if you're watching the replay, please let me know any questions you have in the comments and I will absolutely get to them. I saw, okay. Question. How do you put the images on the video like you did with your lead magnet image on the video? Such a great question. That is through the editing software. So if you, let me know, are you using iMovie? Because if you're using iMovie, it's just a matter of adding the screenshot. So I literally just screenshot my Google Doc, which is the freebie that I offer. And inside iMovie, you add in your image. I can't remember what it's called. I mean, I would tell you what the feature is, but I'm not sure which editing software it is, but it's just through your editing software. And for any feature that you want to learn inside your editing software, whether that's iMovie or DaVinci Resolve or Adobe Premiere Pro, just search it on YouTube exactly what you're trying to do. Literally, I would type in, I remember I learned iMovie completely on my own. So I would literally type in how to add an image in iMovie, how to add in text in iMovie. Like I learned it from scratch. So hopefully that helps there. I have PC. Okay. So if you have a PC, then I don't know which editing software you're using, but if you are using DaVinci Resolve, then that's what I would do. I would literally just say, I would go onto YouTube and say how to add image or how to add in screenshot in DaVinci Resolve. And you'll get a tutorial there. But yeah, I literally watch step-by-step tutorials to learn it all on my own. Okay. So amazing. Okay. So, I hope both links are working. I did get a yes for the first link. I'm hoping that the Dropbox link is working as well. But if you guys have any issues at all with those links, let me know. I can send it to you via email. But okay, so thank you so much, guys. So this concludes part 4 of this live series. So just as a reminder, the program, the investment will be increasing July 10th. So if you are watching the replay after July 10th, the investment has increased. So if you are thinking, or if you've been thinking about enrolling, now is the time to get in. So I appreciate you all for joining me on this 4-part live series. I had so much fun with you all. Let me just put myself back on screen here 1 second. Here we go. Okay, thank you so much for attending the series. It has been so much fun for me. So I might host something like this again, where it's like a 4-part series where I give you your workbook, and you get to actually fill out the exercises and see how this all works. Okay, thank you so much, guys. I hope you have a lovely day, and I will chat with you very soon. Bye.